the economic, the social, and political pillars, where I would like to grow at the rate of 10% per annum in the next 18 years and sustain it, and would like to have a secure environment, equitable sort of resources, so to speak. We'll also want to have a people-centered, issue-based political democratic system. But when you look at this Vision 2030, we deliberately set what we call the enablers, the ICT, the human resource, the reforms. But today I would like to share with you the science, technology, and innovation. These are the foundation, the bedrock of the Vision 2030. And if you look at the countries that have developed, countries that we were at par with them, such as South Korea, countries like Malaysia and Singapore, today these guys are running. In my opinion, we are yet to start crawling by all standards. And we need to ask ourselves, what have they done? How come these guys have, today, if you look at the Global Competitive Index, 2009, Kenya was number 98. 2010, 2011, Kenya was number 108. And 2011, 2012, Kenya is 102 out of 134 countries. These countries I've just mentioned, they are 1 to 10. The secret is about transformation. We cannot continue to transact, do business as usual. And I think it is very important that we take note and acknowledge the 60% of the population. If you're not going to invest on the 60% of the population, who are the youth, then this Vision 2030 we are talking about, really, we might not be able to achieve it the way we like to achieve. It is the youth that are going to take position now. It is the youth that are going to be in the driving seat in the next 18 years, so to speak, in this Vision 2030. So we need to look at the transformation. How do we go about it? And I think examples have been given. You look at a Primeo at the back of it and you think it's a BMW. You look at the Camry and you think it's a Mercedes-Benz. You look at a VX and you think you're driving probably a bigger car like a Range Rover. You want to use the word coping, you want to use intelligence. People have been able to see the role models. And Kenya youth like to see the role models. We would like to appreciate what countries like Brazil and other countries in what we call the BRICS, how have they been able to transform their countries just in about a decade? And I can tell you it's about science, technology, and innovation. And today we are talking about innovation. The good news that we are bringing to you is that this competition is starting today. And we would like to identify people with ideas. We would like to identify talents, support the talents. The National Council for Science Technology, for this evening, I will tell you, has got 3 major mandates: to advise, to promote, and coordinate matters of science, technology, and innovation. Just this year alone, the government has allocated 400 million for you Kenyans. We have so far funded 41 innovations by youth. Most of them is actually youth. From 300,000 to a maximum of 1 million. If you have any idea, come forward and we'll be able to support you. That's why we've gone into partnership with YADSTI. And I would like YADSTI to continue being a wing that is going to spearhead and coordinate all matters of science, technology, innovation for the youth in the country. This is the reason why we brought them on board. And I can tell you that we also link you up with the venture capitalists. 4 projects are now in the market. The GPS sort of car tracking device, the home security system, that we've given them 1 million to develop the idea to a prototype, and we've given them another additional 3 million to develop it into a product. And I would like to announce here that all the 10 that are going to be shortlisted, they will be supported by the National Council for Science and Technology. Because we want these ideas. We cannot afford to be consumers of technology. Neither can we be afford to be the followers of other countries. We've got to lead, and we've got to lead by examples. And you guys are great. I have seen Kenyans overseas. I have seen Kenyans locally here. As you know, I have taught in the university. I know the capacities and the capability. And if you're able to invest in our youth, this country will go to higher heights. We'll be proud today, we are going to be proud tomorrow as well. It is possible, it is achievable. Just take 100% responsibility of your lives. Because this is what people are asking. Are these youth responsible? And secondly, you must believe it is possible. Believe in yourself and release the brakes and take action and implement your ideas. Any idea that you have, test it. Test it, bring it forward, and be able to support you. It is equally important, I urge my senior colleagues, that we must mentor our youth. Because that is another major challenge in our universities, research institutions. We leave the youth alone, and we think that they'll be able to navigate and find their way. Where people have been successful, mentorship program has been very strong. We must get hold of their hands, show them the valleys and the rivers that we have crossed until we have reached where we are today. Because after all, these are the people who are going to take the position that we are holding today. And of course, they are also competing with us. And by all means, I want to agree with Dr. Wainaina. If you're better than me, come forward and we pass it over to you. But if you think you would like to learn first from your role model, study your role model. That is the secret in life. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. Just look at your role model. What time does he or she wake up? What do they do? What do they eat? How do they speak? How do they stand, sit, and sleep? You need to read their books of your mentors and your role model. The youth of this country are as great, and like any other youth in globally, I have seen Kenyans in different forums. As you embrace different technologies, the nanotechnology, the laser technology, the microelectronics, and so on and so forth. Most importantly, I want to urge you, anything that you do, you must put the society first. The innovations that we're going to bring forward must be innovation that are going to intervene and address the challenges of the society. We cannot continue agonizing. We need to start organizing ourselves. We cannot continue crying and say that we have drought, yet few months ago there was a lot of rain. We need to harvest the rain. We need technology. We cannot agonize and say that we do not have food security. Yet we have agricultural institutions in this country. We must produce the seeds, the fertilizer, you name it. Whatever we produce in the country should be cheaper than the ones that we import. And I think it all requires innovation. We want to encourage you to have innovation in societal issues and problems. Budalangi is one example. We have the menace of, for example, water hyacinth that is choking Lake Victoria. What have we done about it? We have a problem of Prosopis juliflora that is choking the biodiversity in the wetlands. What have we done about it? We lose, through post-harvest losses, 30% of our produce through post-harvest losses. What have we done about it? And we have aflatoxins problems. How come malaria is still with us? While people are going to the moon, we are still fighting on the basic needs of health and water. And we really depend on you guys. Because I must say that I'm so fascinated whenever I meet the youth. You always think outside the box. And the days of slow but sure is gone. Now it is speed with accuracy. And you youth have been able to demonstrate that. You always want to move fast. People say that your blood is so hot. By all means, why not? Let it be, because if we continue being on the track, people are going to pass us. The world is not about to slow down because Kenya is behind. We need to have faster means to catch up and go beyond. We are leaders in the region. We would like to take our rightful position globally as well. So mine is really to congratulate YADSTI, to thank my colleagues. My pleasure to officially launch the Global Impact Competition on Innovation, and we wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.